Imagine this, it's the summer of 1590, and you're John White, an English artist and governor, sailing back to the New World after a grueling 3-year absence. Your heart races with anticipation as your ship approaches Roanoke Island off the coast of what we now call North Carolina. You've left behind your daughter, Eleanor, her husband Ananias Dare, and your newborn granddaughter, Virginia, the first English child born in America. The colony you established in 1587 was meant to be the foothold of England's empire in the Americas, a beacon of hope amid the untamed wilderness. But as you anchor and row ashore, an eerie silence greets you. The fort stands abandoned. Houses are dismantled, not destroyed. Overgrown weeds choke the paths where children once played. And carved into a tree, a single word, Croatoan. No sign of struggle, no bodies, no farewell message beyond that cryptic clue. What happened to the 115 souls you left behind? Welcome to one of history's greatest enigmas, the lost colony of Roanoke. Today, we're diving deep into this mystery, unraveling the story step by step, from the ambitious beginnings to the chilling disappearance and the theories that still haunt us. Buckle up, this tale of exploration, survival, and vanishing is perfect for those late-night wanderings. Let's rewind to the roots of this saga. It all starts in the late 16th century, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. England, flush with ambition after defeating the Spanish Armada, eyed the New World as a land of rich as gold, timber, and a strategic base to challenge Spain's dominance. Sir Walter Raleigh, a dashing courtier and explorer, secured a charter from the Queen in 1584 to establish a colony. His goal, not just survival, but profit and glory. The first expedition, led by Philip Palmadas and Arthur Barlow, landed on Roanoke Island that same year. They described it as a paradise: fertile soil, friendly natives from the Algonquian tribes, and abundant wildlife. The indigenous people, part of the Roanoke, or Roanoke, village, welcomed them with open arms, trading furs and food. But this was no fairy tale. The land was harsh, hurricanes frequent, and tensions simmered beneath the surface. Fast forward to 1585. Raleigh sends a group of about 100 men, mostly soldiers and adventurers, under Governor Ralph Lane. They build a fort on the north end of Roanoke Island, complete with earthen walls and thatched huts. At first, things go well. John White, our future governor, joins as an artist, sketching the landscape, the natives, and their customs, beautiful watercolors that survive to this day, giving us glimpses of tattooed warriors and communal villages. But paradise crumbles quickly. The colonists arrive too late to plant crops, relying on the natives for food. When supplies dwindle, suspicions arise. Lane's men accuse the locals of hoarding, leading to skirmishes. In a brutal turn, Lane attacks the nearby village of Dassamungapayuk, killing its chief, Wingina, or Pemispan, in a preemptive strike. Trust shatters. Starvation looms as the natives withdraw aid. Just as despair sets in, Sir Francis Drake sails by in June 1586, fresh from raiding Spanish ports. He offers passage home, and the colonists flee, leaving behind a skeleton crew who soon vanish, perhaps killed or assimilated. Undeterred, Raleigh tries again. In 1587, he shifts strategy. A family-oriented colony, not a military outpost. John White leads 115 settlers, men, women, and children, aiming for the Chesapeake Bay, a more promising site. But their pilot, Simon Fernandez, insists on stopping at Roanoke to check on the holdouts. Once there, he refuses to go further, stranding them. White rebuilds the fort, and amid the rebuilding, joy arrives. On August 18, 1587, Virginia Dare is born to Eleanor and Ananias. A week later, White's own grandson, granddaughter, symbolizing new beginnings. The settlers interact with the Croatoan tribe on nearby Hatteras Island, then called Croatoan, led by the friendly Manto, who had traveled to England and converted to Christianity. Manto is baptized and named Lord of Roanoke, a gesture of alliance. But supplies run low again. The colonists urge White to return to England for more. Reluctantly, he sails away on August 27, 1587, promising a swift return. Picture his anguish leaving his family in a volatile land. Storms batter his ship, but he reaches England. Fate intervenes. The Anglo-Spanish War erupts. Queen Elizabeth commandeers all ships for defense against the Armada. White's resupply mission is delayed repeatedly. Finally, in 1590, he hitches a ride on a privateering fleet. They arrive at Roanoke on August 18, a Virginia Dare's third birthday. Ashore, White finds the site deserted. The houses are taken down, suggesting an orderly departure, not panic. On a post, Ciro partially carved, and on a tree, Croatoan, no Maltese cross, the agreed-upon distress signal. White interprets this as a message they've gone to Croatoan Island, 50 miles south, with their allies. Excitement turns to frustration. A storm forces the fleet to abandon a search of Croatoan. White never returns, dying in obscurity. The colony vanishes from records, earning the moniker Lost Colony. But was it truly lost? Fast forward to 1607, when Jamestown is founded. Captain John Smith hears rumors from Powhatan chiefs, white settlers massacred by natives, or sightings of fair-skinned people inland with European clothes. One tale claims survivors lived among the tribes, only to be killed later except for a few. William Strachey, Jamestown's secretary, reports Powhatan admitting to slaughtering them to prevent alliances. Yet, no hard evidence surfaces. Explorers like Samuel Mason 1602 search but find nothing conclusive. For centuries, the mystery festers. Theories abound, each more intriguing than the last. First, the grim ones, massacre by hostile natives. The 1585 killing of Wingina could have sparked revenge. Powhatan's alleged confession supports this. But why no bodies or ruins? Disease or starvation? The Outer Banks' sandy soil and hurricanes made farming tough. A severe drought from 1587–1589, confirmed by tree ring data, might have forced famine. Or Spanish attack. Philip II's forces scoured the coast for English outposts, but records show they missed Roanoke. Then, the hopeful theories. Relocation and assimilation. The Croatoan carving points to Hatteras Island. In 1709, explorer John Lawson encounters Hatteras natives with gray eyes and claims of English ancestry. Lumbee tribes in North Carolina later assert descent from Roanoke survivors, backed by surnames like Dare and White. But DNA tests in the 2000s yield mixed results and no definitive European markers predating later settlements. Enter modern archaeology, turning speculation into science. In the 1930s, digs at Fort Raleigh uncover 1,585 artifacts but nothing from 1587. The mystery deepens until the 2010s. A breakthrough. Historian David Beers Quinn deciphers a hidden patch on John White's 1585 map, La Virginia Pars. Under it, symbols for a fort 50 miles inland, near the Chowan River, perhaps a planned relocation site, dubbed Site X. In 2012, the First Colony Foundation excavates there, in Bertie County. They find 16th century English pottery, alabaster ware and borderware mixed with native artifacts at Salmon Creek. Not trade goods, but domestic items suggesting cohabitation. Lead archaeologist Eric Pleneloffer posits a splinter group of 20–30 settlers moved inland for better farmland, assimilating with local tribes. 954 FF1 Meanwhile, on Hatteras Island, Scott Dawson's Croatoan Archaeological Society digs from 2009 onward. They unearth a 1580s English rapier hilt, copper rings, native jewelry incorporating European metal, and a slate writing tablet fragment to Alamid Algonquian village remains. Dawson argues the bulk of the colony joined the Croatoans, thriving until disease or conflict thinned them. His 2020 book, The Lost Colony in Jamestown, The Truth Behind the Mysteries, claims they were never lost. Contemporaries knew they integrated, but the vanished myth persisted for drama. 482584